Hi, it's the Awesome Vegan Gal here, and today I am doing another video for Foods Alive products. I think this is part 10, but I've done many videos you can check out on my website, and also I'll have a link below to their website so you can check out all that they offer. And also thank you to Michael and to everyone else at Foods Alive for all their efforts and for everything they do. So today's video is focusing on nuts, but technically some of them are not considered nuts, but according to the culinary way they are, so I'm just going to keep them as video on nuts. And so I'm going to talk about them, the benefits, also taste them all, and also give you some recipe ideas. And then in next week's video I'll actually make some things with them, probably not with all of them, because that would become a really long video, so maybe I'll just talk about a few here and then next week make one as well. So, we're going to start with the one I have in front of me, which is the cashews. Now, you might not know that there's also a cashew fruit, and the actual nut, and that's the bag, it's a 12-ounce bag, is actually attached to the fruit. I've never had it. I think it's called a cashew apple, if I'm not mistaken. So, so just to tell you, in general, all of their nuts are non-GMO, raw, gluten-free, certified vegan, USA organic, certified kosher. They all come in a 12-ounce bag. They all come from different parts of the world. Like, for example, they say these are organic raw cashews, and they're a product of Indonesia. So what they say about cashews is that they're a plentiful source of minerals like iron, magnesium, and phosphorus. They also contain small amounts of zinc, potassium, and selenium. A tasty and crunchy treat that you can eat raw or roasted and salted. So this is in its raw state. And then they give you some different ideas of what to make with them. Cashew milk, using trail mixes, eat straight from the bag. You know, you could put them in your salad or make it even a cashew dressing. And then I have some other information here about them. So cashews are also other benefits that are reported by different scientific studies. This is taken from herbs-info.com if you want to look it up yourself. So it says that cashew nuts are cancer preventive, for a healthy heart, lowers high blood pressure, lowers gallstone risk, and helps digestion. So that's just some information to know. And I personally like cashews because they're a little sweeter than most other nuts. So I'm just going to tear this open. Oh, and this is also in a resealable bag, which is very nice. Now, they don't say with any of their nuts or their seeds as well that they sell whether they should be refrigerated after opening. But I would say personally that to keep them either refrigerated or in the freezer will probably keep them you know, a longer shelf life. But they don't say anything on the package, just so you know. So I'm going to take one out for you to see if I can find a whole one. These are mostly open, and they're mostly in pieces, so I don't know if I have any ones that are actually whole together to show you. You probably, of course, everyone knows what cashews look like, so there's the cashew. So, again, like they say, some ideas, I would say. They are good. I taste the sweetness. I'm going to take another one. I was trying to find a whole one, but it looks like they're all halved in the bag. Nice thing to do with these is chop them up. Like I said, put them in your salad. Another thing you can do is add them with the other nuts and make a trail mix. Or maybe put some other dried fruit that they have. They have things like white mulberries, goji berries, cacao nibs. So you can make a nice trail mix and put it in another baggie. And always have that with you because it's always good to have a snack on the go that's good for you. And to tell you a little bit about also the nutritional benefits, which I didn't say yet. So in 1 ounce, and there's 12 ounces in here, as I said, there's 10% iron, which is nice. There's only 1% calcium. Of course, all nuts and seeds are high in fat, but it's good quality fat for the body. 5% potassium, 5 grams of protein. So there's 5 grams of protein in 1 ounce. That's pretty good. Also, you can make a cashew milk from this. If you ever make cashew milk, you soak them. Some of the nuts, they recommend that you soak them. Like the lighter ones, they say you don't have to soak for the, they have like phytates on them where they're harder to digest. But some of the darker nuts, they say they recommend that you do. Personally, I don't always do that, so just so you know. But for easier digestion and to remove those, I think they're called enzyme inhibitors. Maybe your body can't absorb all the nutrients in them, but I don't know if they ever done a test on somebody. That would be interesting to see if they ate. Some people ate their nuts and seeds, or mostly nuts, not really seeds as much, soaked, as opposed to people who didn't. Whether they saw any difference in some of their levels of different minerals that these supposedly provide. So that would be interesting to see if that's the case. So that's the cashews. The next one I have in front of me here is the pecans, or pecans, depends how you pronounce them. So let's see, tell you there. Pecan trees may live and bear edible seeds for more than 300 years. Wow, that's pretty amazing. And it's technically a seed, not a nut. Again, for culinary, I'm just keeping it as a nut. But no matter how you shake it, they're a healthy addition to your diet. Again, they give ideas. You know, eat them from the bag. Again, trail mix, like I said, with the other stuff. Even in your, you can make them for baked goods. Another idea I just thought of, with all the nuts that I have, because I'm going to go through all of them, you could use that as a base for like a pie. Like here for pecan pie. Meaning it's making your crust, if you want to do like a raw crust, and you blend it up maybe with some dates, some people do, and maybe a little bit of cinnamon or something, and blend it up in a food processor. I don't have the exact proportions, you can look up. But that would be an idea. Instead of using like a flour crust, you could do a nut crust. So let's see. These are also a product of Spain, or the USA. And let's see what else it tells you here. It's 4%, 1 ounce is 4% iron, 2% calcium. It's just 3 grams of protein. 3 grams of fiber, some potassium, again, fat, good fats. And then on my sheet here, let's see what it says about pecans. They're a rich source of energy, protects the body from infection, excellent source of vitamin E as well, reduced coronary artery disease risk, and rich source of minerals. Okay, so I'm going to open up the bag and try those out. I always love pecans. They have a nice, kind of a sweet, moist flavor usually. So let's see how those are. I'll show you what they look like. If you've never seen pecans, and there's the bag. I didn't bring that up to the camera. So pecans, or pecans, these are nice. They're not too big. Actually, there's some bigger and some smaller, so there's what it looks like. Yummy. Really nice, tasty. If you like nuts, again, great for snacking. Better snacking on nuts than it is snacking on chips, right? They're better for you. Have a lot of nutritional benefit. Okay, the next one I have here is the walnuts. And it says these are in halves and pieces. So there's the bag again. And these, they say, are a delicious way to add extra nutrition, flavor, and crunch to your diet. They contain plant-based omega-3 fatty acids. So if you need more of that in your food intake, that would be good. And also several other unique and powerful antioxidants. What else? It says this is a product of Romania. Interesting. 5% iron, 2% calcium, 1% vitamin C in an ounce. 7 grams of protein. So this is much higher in protein. 4% potassium. Other things not so much to talk about on there. And then what else I have here? It says it's packed again with omega-3 fatty acids, they just said. Reduces the risk of diabetes. Boosts heart health. Helps deal with stress. Reduce risk of breast cancer. So some other good properties of walnuts. So I'm going to open those up and try them. Okay. And I'll show you what they look like. Again, it says halves and pieces, so I think I see mostly pieces. I mean, they're not, in the shell they come differently. There's 2, so that's the walnut. And actually it's in the shape, I believe, different nuts. This is in the shape, I think, of the kidneys. I think this is good for the kidneys because of the shape of it. I think that's the shape of the kidney, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Nice. They have a nice moisture taste, and sometimes you get walnuts that are really dry. These are really nice. Now these, for trail mix, if you're going to put them in a bag, you might want to chop these up because they're quite big, or break them up. I suppose the other nuts are smaller. So those are the walnuts. Okay, the next one I have here is the Brazil nuts, and I like Brazil nuts. Brazil nuts are an excellent source of dietary fiber and contain various vitamins and minerals. And it's perhaps the richest dietary source of selenium, and there's the bag. So these are a product of Brazil. And there's 4 grams of protein, 4% iron, 4% calcium, 4% potassium, dietary fiber of 8%. So a good amount there. And then, let's see what else I have here about Brazil nuts. They have protection from tumors, reduces blood sugar level, reduce thyroid enlargement, prevent reproductive disorders, and lower risk of pancreatic cancer. So again, some good information to know about, excuse me, hiding behind the nuts here. Some good information to know about them as well. So Brazil nuts too, something you can make nut milk with as well. It's a favorite among some people. I'm trying to find my scissor here. Or you can, other thing you can do is you can mix. If you want to make a mix of a different type, kind of a nut milk, you know, you might want to mix cashews and Brazil nuts, or cashews, and there's also almonds I didn't get to yet, pecans and Brazil nuts. I mean, there's really so many options you can do yourself as far as what you would like to, how you would like to make a nut milk. So that's a Brazil nut. And I believe Brazil nuts are a little higher in fat than most nuts, 19 grams. No, about the same for the others. But you have 4% iron, 4% calcium, 4 grams of protein, 4% potassium, 8% fiber. That's again in 1 ounce. So I just would eat them. First thing, I probably would just eat them like this. Have a couple or so a day to get your selenium, because that's important for the body. But they do have a nice, to me they taste a little sweeter and like a more satisfying nut. Okay, and the final one I have over here is their almonds. Now you might be aware that almonds, you used to be able to get raw everywhere, but now they started to irradiate them and pasteurize them. So it's very hard to get them unless you get them from Europe. So it happens to be that these raw almonds are truly raw. They're from Spain. So if you get your almonds from Spain, then they are. So that's the bag of almonds. And it says here that almonds are a cousin to the peach, cherry, and apricot trees. That you may not have known that. And but no matter how, and it's again technically a seed, not a nut. And again, like I said, you can make almond milk with it, trail mix. Put it in your baked goods as a base for a pie crust or salad dressings. And there's 6% iron, 7% calcium, and 6 grams of protein in 1 ounce. That's really much higher. And 14% dietary fiber and 6% potassium. So let's see what else it says on the sheet here about almonds. Almonds are good for appetite control, weight control, bone health, memory booster, and biotin source. So we're going to open that up and try some of these. Okay. Show you what the almonds look like in case you've never seen an almond, but I'm sure you have. So that's the almonds. These taste a little drier than most I'm used to. I don't know if it's because of where they came from, but sometimes you get an almond that tastes a little moisture. I guess maybe if you pick it right off the tree and eat it. But that's why a lot of times some people like to soak and dehydrate them to do that. But I guess if you soak them, they'll soften up a bit. But they're still tasty. I like to usually keep, like, especially almonds in the freezer. I like them. It just seems to taste better. I don't know why. And the other nuts too. I just do that myself. So those are the 5 nuts. Again, some are technically not nuts, but that I reviewed today. And just to go over them again, I have the pecans, the walnuts, the almonds, the Brazil nuts, and finally the cashews. So I hope you'll definitely check out this company, all their products that they offer online. They have some great products, dressings, oils, crackers. Next week, look forward to making at least one recipe. We'll see how we do, how much time I want to spend, and how involved the recipe will be. So I thank you for watching. It's the Rawesome Vegan Gal.